Hey there everyone, welcome to the Valley Theater Vlog. I'm Mama Dee.
And I'm David.
Last night we went to see another play. We're on a roll this week. And it was really exciting. We went to the Mesa Arts Center and we saw Vanya, Sonia, Masha, and Spike. Now that's a mouthful. And it was really, really enjoyable. David will tell you who it was produced by.
It was produced by Daniel Marburger and directed by Annie Bjorklund.
I'm going to read from what the director said what the play was about, because she just wrote it so beautifully that I couldn't really tell you anything better. She says everyone has a family. We all have families, and either you're born into your family, or your pack, or you choose yours. Every family has a drama. Maybe you cause it, like Masha. Maybe you just get pulled into it, like Vanya. And maybe all you want to be asked to be a part of it, like our SONYA. Whichever character you identify with, I hope Vanya, Sonia, and Masha and Spike remind you that you are not alone on this journey of life. And sometimes, as Nina says, you just have to take a leap of faith. And then she writes, thank you for joining us and thank you for supporting the theater. I have to say it was a really, really interesting play. Vanya, Sonia, and Masha are two sisters and a brother. Vanya and Masha are biological brother and sister, and Sonia was adopted into the family. And it goes through their life histories, their ups and downs, and so on and so forth. Spike, Masha was an actress who was very famous, and was a very famous actress and made lots of money, and in her older age becomes somewhat, I guess, of a cougar, and Spike is her catch. Left behind was their brother Vanya and their sister Sonia, who still lives in the family house and took care of mom and dad when they got older, and then developed Alzheimer's and took care of them until they died. And they go through the resentments, the ups and downs of being left behind, and Sonia being the adopted one and always feeling like she was kind of the outcast, and then Masha being the one who made all the money to help take care of everyone. And it just was a everyday comedy and drama of family life. And I think in this story, everybody could relate to it. I think some of us are all Marshas, or some of us are all Vanyas or Sonias. But it was funny. It was sad, but it was very enjoyable. In fact, the one who played Masha was Suze St. John, and we've seen her in a couple of plays, in like Mary Poppins.
Yeah. She was the bird lady.
Yeah, and she said to us, gee, you guys usually go to musicals. Yeah. Is this your first play? And surprisingly enough, the night before we went to the Hale Theater to see Cash on Delivery. But it's always fun to see something different, right, David?
Yeah, this was the first play we've seen at the Mesa Encore Theater. And
it was very, very enjoyable. The theater's a little smaller. It's a sit where you like.
Admission.
General admission. So it was really fun. It was a lot of fun. Vanya was played by Rob Stewart.
Oh my goodness. We saw him as Scrooge at the Hale Theater.
In A Christmas Carol.
In A Christmas Carol.
He's an excellent actor. Really, really, really
And wasn't
terrific.
His last monologue very emotional?
Yeah. And in the play, Vanya has written a play, and young Nina, a next door neighbor, encourages him to put the play out there, to have somebody read it and maybe get it put out there. And she reads it, and then he wants the family to hear it. And the play is basically about how, I guess we are somewhat destroying our planet with all this stuff going on. How we're not taking care of our world, and how if we're not careful, we can destroy it. And they're all trying to do the play, and Marsha's young Spike, all of a sudden, it starts texting during the play, during the reading of the play. And Marsha tells him to stop, and he turns around and he says to her, well, I can multitask. And Vanya goes off in a tangent on how
texting is a big thing.
How texting is a big thing, and how people have to multitask, and why do people have to multitask, and how years ago we used to lick stamps and watch Howdy Doody, and we only had 4 TV stations. Now we have 700, and nobody knows what to do with, and everything he was saying was very poignant.
Yes.
You know, how we don't sit and listen to each other anymore. How texting has overcome. How instead of writing a simple letter and mailing it in the mail, and we used to lick stamps and not have sticky stamps, how we've gotten away from actually being very personal with each other.
Yeah.
You know, like not writing a sincere letter. And I agree, you know, sometimes people, you text and you hear somebody say, well, I can't believe they text that to me. Because sometimes texting is very impersonal. You don't know, it may come off as...
people are saying it.
Yeah. You think it's coming off nasty, and here they're trying to be nice. Or even on Facebook or on social media. And this is basically what he was saying, that it's become so impersonal, so electronic, that maybe progress isn't as good as we think it is. You know, how things were so much simpler back in the 50s. And I know I've said that myself. You know, I'm a 50s child. I was born in the 50s. And I said the same thing, how life was so much more simpler when I was growing up than it is today. I mean, today you hear of all these allergies and all these kids having allergies and people having allergies. I mean, for gosh sakes, I used to sit and eat dirt when I was a kid. I never had all these allergies, but it's progress.
So let's get back to
the
cast.
The cast was, Sonia was played by
Stephanie Hart,
who was excellent. She was so funny. She had me cracking up many times. And then times I wanted to cry, because I think she was like the middle sister. And I know I'm a middle child, and I know how that felt.
So Spike was played by Chase
Ziner. And he was
really
excellent.
good.
Then there was Cassandra. She was played by Susan Selinger. And Cassandra was the housekeeper. And Cassandra was hysterical. She was a housekeeper who also saw things. She would come in and she'd go, I see this. Beware of that. Looking into the future. She was like a fortune teller. But everything she predicted came true. It was hysterical. She was like something out of Harry Potter.
Yeah. She was the Professor Trelawney of the show.
Of Vanya, Sonia, Marsha, and Spike. But she was excellent. She was funny. She was so good. So good.
You couldn't stop laughing when she was on the
as soon as she walked in, you were like, oh boy, here it comes. And then there was Nina, played by Aubrey Ketz. She was so cute, so adorable, and so lovable. The whole play was really, really good. We really enjoyed it.
It plays through January 27th, so get your tickets to go see this show. Yeah,
this was, in fact, it was on Broadway back in New York, and it won a Tony for Best Play. And I could see why now, because it was really, really excellent. There are more things coming up at the Mesa Encore. Coming in March will be Hello, Dolly.
March 1st through the 17th. The Toxic Avenger, April 5th through the 21st. And
one of our favorites.
In the Heights, May 17th to June 2nd.
The first time we saw it in the Heights was when we lived back in Jersey, and it was before In the Heights even hit Broadway. They were off Broadway. In fact, Manny wasn't even famous.
Lin-Manuel Miranda
wasn't even famous then. He had written the play and produced it and was in it.
played the main part.
Yeah, we went to see it because a good friend of ours was in the play, and so we went to see and support her, and got to meet Lynn, and it was fantastic. One of the best plays we did, and then got very excited
That it was going to Broadway.
to Broadway. And so we went to see it again and again. We saw it a couple of times.
I think we saw it like twice on Broadway, once
off
Broadway.
Off Broadway. But it's a really terrific play. So that's one you really do not want to miss. That's May 17th through June 2nd. It's really a terrific play.
So next month at the Black Box Theater, it's part of Mesa Encore Theater Group, but I believe it's a separate
venue.
And they're doing The Lion in Winter, February 1st through the 17th. We do have the storyline some in the program. Do you want to read some of the storyline? Oh, sorry. The play centers around the inner conflicts of the royal family as they fight over both a kingdom and King Henry's
Paramount
during the Christmas of 1183. So Eleanor says every family has its ups and downs, and the royal family is no exception.
So again, you get all your tickets through the Mesa Encore. Go online, MesaEncoreTheater.com to get your tickets for that. So that's it. If you haven't seen Vanya, Sonia, Masha, and Spike, get some tickets because you really don't want to miss that.
You have till January 27th to see Vanya, Sonia, Masha, and Spike.
Yes. So I think that's it. Like I said, we will be going to see Hello, Dolly in March, and we will talk about that. We'll be back to talk about more things. Like we said,
next month we're going to see Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the Rain at the
Hale
Theater. And we have the...
Actually, on January 25th, we're going to go see Legally Blonde at the Broadway Orpheum Theater. So,
yes.
And that's a new theater that we haven't been... So we're looking forward to that.
Yes, yes.
And we'll be vlogging about that.
And then January 29th will be... David and his sister are going to be going to a ribbon cutting.
Yes, at Combs Performing Arts Center.
Combs Performing Arts Center. So, and we'll get back to you on that. They'll probably try to do some live blogging from there. And we'll try to keep you updated. So until then, hope you all have a great week. Hope you're having a good weekend.
Yes.
So from Mama Dee
and David,
take care and God bless.
Bye.
Bye.